Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the TakeOver Racing League Season 3, round number 8 of the championship here. It's the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix and it should be a very exciting race. The first time the TakeOver Racing League ever has a race on the Jedi Circuit, so it should be a very exciting one, completely unknown for the majority of our drivers. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this one goes here tonight. We've got our first drivers making their way out onto the track. We've got a very small field tonight, only 12 drivers out on the racetrack tonight, and the first them out on their first out lap is Theron Exo. We'll keep an eye on the championship here throughout the night, as a couple of crucial contenders aren't actually racing tonight. Once again, Pope not racing. JT is back. He's back in the car. A win for him today will give him the championship lead by just 1 point, depending on where Cheese finishes. If we look at the rest of the drivers in the championship, of course, Wardy's fallen back a bit. He can definitely gain some points today due to the fact there are some contenders who aren't here tonight. But yeah, tonight should be a very enjoyable race. Of course, normally I'd have Dean with me up in the booth, but he is driving tonight. Of course, he is still down as a TakeOver Racing League reserve, and he is driving for AlphaTauri tonight. However, I have been promised that should he crash, then he'll be right back up here in the booth with us to enjoy the rest of the race. So do forgive me if I do celebrate Dino and just crash later on in the session potentially. Alright, so the leaders making their way around for their first times run now. So here comes Theron Exo to the line to get things underway. He's starting on the medium tyres, so it's definitely not going to be the fastest of bank laps we've ever seen. It should be a decent lap nonetheless. So through the straight left and right of turns 1 and 2, getting very close to Wall on the left hand side and making it back over to the right for turn number 4, and through turn 5, nice and quick here. One of the fastest circuits in Formula 1 history here in the streets of Jeddah on this circuit. He's making his way towards that first DRS zone now. There goes DRS now open on the Red Bull, making his way towards this long sweeping left-hander at the far end of the circuit. Nice and easy for him there. Well done. Further into sector 2 now, through the chicane, very close, making sure not to hit the wall. And he keeps it out of the wall for the time being, so that's all good. There he comes now through the right and the left, and through the next right-hander towards the end of sector 2. Now he's set a purple sector 2, although arguably he's the first one to set a lap. Here he comes now towards the second of the 3 DRS zones on the lap. Hitting, almost hitting speed of 200 miles an hour, and Dean's already out the session. Dean has crashed, and I'm assuming he's crashed, but he's out. We'll see what's happened here. Oh, he's crashed it. He's crashed it right there in a very inconvenient part of the track. As Theron goes fast as there, 1 minute 29.3. We're waiting now for the next time to come through. Who will that be? That'll be Lone Retreat. He goes fast, 1 minute 29.2. That's a full 3/10 in front. And there goes Elusive I7 in front, 1 minute 28.9, another 10th. The time is dropping like flies very quickly on as Stephanus just goes forth. And there goes Cheese up front, 1 minute 28.8, that's another 10th. Of course, Cheese only 11 points back from Pope in the Drivers' Championship. Of course, Pope on 100 points after completing this race, the last one, as Alex now goes fast, 1 minute 28.5. Only half the pack have actually set laps at this point. Corkin is making his way to the last corner now, and back towards the line, but I doubt it won't be much here. It will still be P7 for him. JT currently on a lap. As I said, a victory for JT will give him the lead in the Drivers' Championship should Pope fail to score. If Pope finishes in 4th or higher, then he will have the championship lead for himself. So I'm just going to see if I can get the championship standings up for you in just a moment. I'll just bring it up on my OBS here. And there we go, 40 up there in the top right hand corner of your screen. So Pope leads the Drivers' Championship despite not taking part in the last few events. The one crucial fact is that he has won every race he's competed in this season, save for the second race of the season in Japan. But right now, a total of 4 contenders have emerged in the Drivers' Championship, and those being Pope, Cheese, JT, and Fan. 2 of which aren't racing tonight. Pope and Fan are not in the race, and that could bring an end to Fan's Championship challenge, because he's already 25 points out. JT is 24 out. A victory for him, as I keep saying, will give him the lead, provided that Cheese fails to score as well. But these are the standings look like after Australia. There are still 5 more rounds to go. Anything can still happen. For all I know, we could potentially see a late resurgence from Morty, although things are looking, don't look like they'll be going that way over the course of the rest of the season. So there we go then. Back to your leaderboard. 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the session, and it's still Alex on top with that 1 minute 28.5. Very good lap. Untitled that's gone second for Alpine with a 1 minute 28.6, and Cheese's time of 1 minute 28.8 is still third. Alright, so here come the next rows out of the pit stalls now. There's Tapman that's already on the run, but I get the feeling that he'll be going to pits this time. He's been out there 2 laps on those tyres. Indy comes now into the pits. Cheese out on a second time run of the evening. There goes Aston Martin of JT, making his way through sector 2 now. He's a full 10 seconds up on his sector 1 time. However, that's still pretty slow for him in his first lap with 1 minute 46.2. Continues to fly through hits 2. His lap is invalidated, so it makes sense for him to back off here. We already know that Dean will be starting last in this race. Paris making his way to the start of sector 3 now. What will start around the midway through section number 2. Yellow flag. That's one of the Red Bulls just letting Alex through. Here comes the current pole sitter making his way around for his next lap. And there he goes, we're going to see the next lap. Paris made his way up into pits after that one. Wardy's making his way through sector 3. Bunker lap being set here. Here comes down the start of his next lap. Alex on his way through sector 2 now. Lone Retreat goes faster, it's 1 minute 28.3 here. Through sector 1 once again. What's the time going to be? Is it any improvement? He's 4 tenths down. As Lewis Vice goes fastest now, 1 minute 27.2, and that's way fast. That's a full second in front. But there goes the throw one over the line. These times once again are about to start dropping like flies. Both throw one and Lewis Vice set times within the 1 minute 27s, and here comes Cheese over the line, set one as well. A 1 minute 27.78, very close. Alex is 2 seconds up on his sector 1 time. Dana's left the session here. I'm not sure if he's to disconnect or what. Here comes Alex towards the end of sector number 2 now. And there is a yellow flag, and that is Lewis Vice. Not quite sure what that's for. Here comes Alex. What does he have now? He's 6 seconds down now. Alex happening enough making his way through sector 3, just in front, just behind Alex. What will he be able to do? He's on course for a decent lap by the looks of things. Yellow flag in sector 3 up, Mercedes have to get out of the way. Coming up, going wide, going very aggressive into the pits there. Makes his way past Lewis Vice. Gorgon's lap has been validated. So right now, Wardy and Paris are both yet to set times. Here comes Wardy towards the line. He's looking to set something at the very least. Here he comes in P7. Ferrari, one of 3 teams. I'm sorry, if I'm not mistaken, to have. 4 teams to have both their drivers in the race. So this could be a crucial. This could be a big opportunity for some teams to game in the Constructors' Championship. She's making his way very slowly through sector 3 now. Waiting for JT to go through. JT's on a decent lap. So his lap time has been validated. So right now he runs P10. We're about to go for another run. Both Ferraris currently out on the racetrack at the moment. Wardy's on a lap. Blown-Retreat is on his out lap for this next run. So 1 minute 28.3 the last time round. Will he be able to improve on that? Cheese is retired. I think Cheese may have just crashed. We won't be able to see what's happened here, but his best time will be a 1 minute 27.7. So if the times start going up, if the times start getting faster and faster, then he may not have much of a chance left. And it is looking like a lot of drivers will be going out for one last charge at an attempt to try and take pole position with only 4 minutes left in the session, which is under 4 minutes now. As Blown-Retreat goes over the line to start his next lap. Wardy into the pits behind him. Stefanos, his lap time's been validated. Paris still in the pits here. Still yet to set a lap time with 3 minutes to go. What is he trying? Here comes JT into the last corner now. His lap time is invalid. It's all about this last charge to the finish line. Towards the line, what's it gonna be? He goes second fastest, just a couple hundredths out. 1 minute 27.29. That puts him on the front row and in a very good position to try and take pole position. That may be the best he can do. Will he try and go for another lap? Two minutes 58 seconds left. It'll be the last few seconds for drivers to get out on the track in time to have a really good run. Essentially 2 laps if they were to get out now. I'm hoping that was out lap. Okay, press the wrong button there. Here comes Steph Delicious on another outlap. This nice kind of pole setter also on his outlap. JT's on his way around. Will he head back into the pits or will he try and go again? Time is invalid on this front. So if he wants to go, let's go one more time if he can get back in the session. In he comes into the pits. Will he try and get out again for one last go? Or will this be all we can get through? Paris still sitting there in the pits. It does look more and more like he'll be starting last for today's race. Chapman's like just starting his next run. Yellow flag in sector 2 and 3. And that's Steph letting Alex through. Both him are on outlaps. This will be everyone's last runs here as we wind down to the end of qualifying. Now it's the line to start that next run. Here we go. Back to turn number 1. Nice and smooth start. Thoron's about to come to start his final lap behind him. Alex already started his next run, as has Untitled on that. Well, he's almost at the end of his next run. He was 2/10 up. Sorry, it was 2 days ago. He was half a second up on his sector 2 time. So he could be on for a decent lap as Alex is retired from the session. Alex has crashed it in a very unfortunate position. He's off the track, so it won't slow anyone else up. Tapping that goes 5th. 1 minute 28.1. The checker flag has fallen here. Does anyone have anything left? Stephalis a decent sector 1 time. Might help him move up a little bit higher inside the top 10. Loma shoot over the line and his best time at 1 minute 28.3. The highest he'll start is 6th. Elusive Ice, the current pole setter, does he have anything left? He was almost 2/10 up on his sector 2 time. Will he have enough to make it back to the line? Here he comes. 1 minute 27.04. And that'll be even harder for the rest of the pack to try and beat. Thoron's making his way into the last corner now. He's going to need a big one to pull this off. Here comes the rest of the pack to the line. The checker flag is there. Thoron doesn't improve. No one improves. That is currently on a lap, but he's not actually taking it. He's not using it. I dare say I have to wait for things to come to an end. That means that Elusive Ice for Mercedes is on pole position. Alright, so we'll run you through the order here at the end of the session. It's Elusive Ice on pole, JT in 2nd place, Thoron 3rd, Cheese in 4th, Untitled that in 5th, Loma Treat 6th, Alex in 7th, Wardy 8th, Steph 9th, Cork in 10th, Denologist 11th, and Paris 12th, who didn't actually make his way out the pits, or didn't actually go out for a lap. So that has been qualifying then, as Untitled makes his way to the line, just to finish off the session, and that will be it. Alright, so that is the end of the session, or the end of the qualifying session. So I hope you join us in once again in a few minutes for the start of the race. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to TakeOver Racing League Season 3, round number 8 tonight. The Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, the first ever TakeOver Racing League Grand Prix to be held at the Jedi Circuit. We've got a bit of a shortened field tonight, and a couple of the main contenders for the championship aren't here. So this could be a crucial opportunity for both Smoke and Cheese and JT to gain some more points in the championship. For those of you who weren't here earlier, I did show the championship standings, and here they are after Australia. So as of now, Pope still continues to lead the Drivers' Championship by 11 points over Cheese, JT on 76 points, and Fan on 75. The Aston Martin team have a decent shot at the Constructors' Championship still. If I just briefly bring up the Constructors' standings on my screen, Aston Martin continue to lead by 21 points over McLaren, with Alpine a bit of a distance back in third and Red Bull in fourth. So right now, in the way of the Constructors' Championship, the Constructors could go anywhere between McLaren, Aston Martin and Alpine. So it's all still to play for, with 5 more rounds to go in the championship. And it should be a very good race tonight, despite having a smaller group. So right now we're just waiting for the drivers to ready up, and we shall get the race started. Alright, well, it is time now to ready up, so in just a few seconds we'll be getting this one underway. The drivers have finished putting on their setups and getting themselves ready for the Grand Prix, and we shall get going on the formation lap within 20 seconds. Of course, this week I'm without a crucial member of the commentary team, and that is reserve driver Deanologist, who is back on the grid tonight for the first time in a couple of races, driving for the AlphaTauri team. So there go then, the drivers away now for the formation lap. So I shall now take you through the starting order for the race. It's elusive to Mercedes on pole position, with JT in second place. A victory for him and Cheese failing to score will give him the championship lead. Third one Exo starts in third place for Red Bull, then it's the 2 Alpines, the Smoke and Cheese, and I tapped in that. Remember, a top 4 finish, we enough for Smoke and Cheese to take the championship lead outright, as Paris spins in the back there. Paris is starting last for the race anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Lone Retreat starts in 6th place for Ferrari, then it's Alex in 7th for McLaren. Is the other Ferrari of Iwardi in 8th. A definite long shot for the championship. Cephalus in 9th for Red Bull. Had a very good race last time out, finishing in 2nd at the end of the Grand Prix. A very crazy Australian Grand Prix. Corkin in 10th for Williams. Deanologist in 11th. Of course, not in the commentary booth tonight, however, he has told me if he does crash, then he will hopefully come and join us. And it's Paris on top. From there's your pit stop strategy. We'll be looking to pit around between lap 10 and 13. The Jedi Circuit, then one of the fastest on the calendar. And hopefully should provide some good racing despite the smaller field tonight. Before the race starts, make sure to leave your guesses in the chat as to who's going to win this one. JT's going in front of Elusive Ice here, so he may get. Don't think there's much chance of him getting penalised. It should be okay. The 2 Alpines draw alongside each other. So they come now through sector 3. We'll prepare to get this race underway. Ice warming his tyres up one last time as they make their way around the last corner. So here come the leaders. The pack now in single file as they make their way towards the line. And there is your predicted pit stop strategy one more time. We'll be looking at a one stop. However, Wardy and Paris could be at a crucial advantage here as they're on mediums and hard tyres respectively, which could allow them to go further into the race as the leaders join up at the front of the grid. Paris, the last driver to form up into the position. And we're ready to go. 5 red lights for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, the first ever race at Jeddah in the TakeOver Racing League. Season 3 round 8 is underway, and it's a decent getaway from Elusive Ice, but JT, he hasn't managed to get the same getaway, but he's going to dive on the inside into turn 1. He's there, he's got the room, he tried to go around the outside, and there's a bit more contact between him and Theron, but Elusive Ice has got away well. There we go through the first couple of corners and down the straight here. The 2 Williams cars battling in the back as Ice tries to get away. JT right there behind him. Steph passes Dean in the back, and around goes Dean. He's made a mistake of some kind. He spun the car, and that puts him right to the back. I'm not sure if he's got any damage or not, but that'll give him a lot of work to do. Ice leading by almost half a second, or just over half a second now, over back to JT. Here comes Alex trying to go around the outside by tapping that into the sweeping left-hander at the start of sector 2. Looking around trying to find an opening. Ice getting away now. The gap almost a second now between him and JT. Felron not too far back. There's Stallone retreat in 4th. I tapping that in 5th. Alex still continues closing down on them. Cheese has fallen down to 7th. Not the best of starts for him. The general tow on some of these straights could be enough to help close those gaps. Now with the use of ERS, everyone will be using it most likely on the first lap. Lewis Vice used a decent amount of his. He's down to 60% here, and that has helped him get away a bit. He's got a gap almost of just over a second here. And JT has both Theron and Lone retreat for company as they fly back down the main straight to complete the first lap of this race, and it's Elusive Ice in the lead. Back to turn 1 here. Look at the advantage he's pulled out already. Great stuff there. Turn 1 could be Chris Space making moves today as Dean makes his way into the pits. In the Alpha Tauri. Now what could he do here? Well, he's retiring from the session. And Dean is out of the race. And that could potentially mean that we could be seeing him up here in the booth in just a moment. So Dean has retired. First retirement of the night. Meanwhile up front there's still Elusive Ice in the lead. Alright then, so like I say, we're down to 11 runners now. So still Ice in the league by almost a second here. James managed to get away from Theron, but it's the Lone retreat still in 4th, but he's still right there. Alex still right on the back tapping that.
It's quite quiet here, isn't it?
Hello, we have another arrival. Dean is here. At last, I was getting tired of my own voice.
Oh, I had really bad lag, so I just went, I'll just retire.
Alright.
So.
Alright, well here we are. You've joined us just in time for the start of lap 3, and it's Ice in the lead, followed by JT in 2nd, Felron back there in 3rd, but DRS is getting enabled this lap. I tapped that as a penalty of speed in the pit lane. And the DRS has been enabled.
Could be a train.
Dean hopefully be able to provide a different perspective on the race for us.
Well, I mean, I'll give it a go. I mean, I wasn't expecting to be commentating today, so I haven't prepared myself, but should be right.
Yeah, we should be fine. Alright, so DRS open for Theron, is trying to close in on JT. Of course, the crucial element of tonight's race is the fact that neither Pope or Fan are here. And that's 2 of the major title runners right there.
No, so it's a big one for JT and even Theron to get an advantage on this, as there's 2 big title contenders not here today.
mistaken, a victory for JT will put him 1 point in front of Pope. And if Cheese finishes in the top 4, then that should mean he takes the championship lead outright. If my math is correct.
Yeah, that should be right, I think.
Sounds good.
I've got Theron's got DRS on JT, but JT got DRS.
JT has DRS just about.
So I'll keep him safe for the moment, but there are a few DRS zones in this track, so it's not going to be easy if you do fall out of DRS zone.
And he has fallen out of DRS range. Here comes Theron now. I doubt we'll be able to go for a move this time. He says the fastest lap there. 1 minute 30.6.
Good guy for on the inside.
Oh, here he comes. He'll go for it from a long way back into turn 1. And that was a very clean move from the Red Bull driver there.
That's very nice.
But
It's a bit better than Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton did in the real race.
Well, I reckon it's over yet, because JT could come back at him if he's still right there in the next DRS zone.
And we've got Lone Retreat really close behind us as well.
Yep.
Hot on JT's tails as well. So but there's a big gap to Cheese behind, 3.5 seconds nearly. That's not good for Cheese.
Definitely not. Long race still to go.
No, I think he said he was struggling because he was driving on pad rather than wheel, so it's a lot harder to be quite precise, especially around a track like this.
Yeah. So this is the kind of track that almost requires the wheel to, especially in a league race, to have a good chance.
Yeah, it's like Monaco, this Baku, places like that. Street circuits just they're much easier to be quick on wheel, but still they're still out and outright very very quick anyway. It's just not as easy.
Yep. Got a bit nice little train here between JT Theron and Lone Retreat going to the next DRS zone. Here comes JT looking for second. Will he try and go for it?
Theron's got his light on, so he's got very low ERS as well.
Oh, couldn't quite make it, but he's having a very good run off this last corner here.
And he should have DRS and start finish straight as well, so he might do the same move as Theron did on him last lap.
Might be able to do it earlier here, because here he comes. Theron defends the inside. JT looks outside. He's on the right going to turn 1. He might get clear of him here. He has gotten clear of him.
There you go. That's it. I feel like this could be a race long battle going on here, and if anything goes wrong, which we won't jinx.
Cheese makes his way into the pits. Onto a change.
Oh, he's got a new wing.
Yeah. And onto a new set of medium tyres. Do you reckon he can make it in on those?
On mediums? I actually don't know much about this track, so I don't know what the tyre wear is like, really. So I actually haven't got much of an insight on this one.
Let's wait and see.
Can't imagine it being too bad, because there's a lot of straights where it's not so bad. So I'm going to say it's probably not going to be too bad, but I don't know if he can go to the end on there or not.
I mean, give it a safety car later on. If he chooses to stay out for track position, then he could actually make it.
Yeah, if it was just like a safety car and that gave him a couple of laps, he could quite easily make it to the end. I reckon he could do the high teens of laps, like 17 odd lap, but it's just getting towards like the 20 odd laps is quite a push. Yeah. But we'll see.
JT still holding on to second, but Theron's closing in once again. He's got the DRS now, and he's got very little DRS left. He's closing in regardless. Here he comes. It's going to get tight. Will he try one into the last corner? He's going to try one from a... No. I've jinxed it.
No, he'll keep it safe and go for it at the start finish straight again, but he has got very little ERS, whereas Lone Retreat behind's got 75%, so he's plenty in reserve, but he's still going for it.
There he comes. He looks inside, and that is job done, and Lone Retreat comes very close to the back of the Aston line in front of him.
Yeah, I think Lone Retreat's just playing it patient, waiting for the right opportunity to go for it, because he's got, as I said, he's got plenty of ERS in reserve. So I reckon he could go for it any time.
He can definitely afford to give it a go if he wanted to, but right now staying in line nice and easy.
It's one of those things where you need to be able to overtake, then you need to break away like Elusive has. He's broken away out of the DRS and he's just gaining time on these three who are just battling with each other.
Yep. Could be crucial to decide who wins the race.
There's no more battles, there's just this trio going around. Everyone else has got a bit of a gap going.
Yeah, no one's within DRS range for anyone except for these guys right here.
Playing a three-way battle is always good, especially around these kind of tracks.
Yep, a lot of DRS zones.
Yeah, they'll be changing positions galore, and then there'll be big pit stop strategies, and as you say, if there's any safety cars, that'll be a big one.
Yep. Here comes JT now, he's closing in. Okay, he might try and play it safe once again. Yep, he will. Oh, there goes Lone Retreat, he's hit him.
Oh, he's damaged his front wing on that one.
Oh, and that's unfortunate for Lone Retreat, who may find himself out of the battle now.
Yeah, he's gonna put
In he
in.
comes.
Oh.
And that is unfortunate. He's lost his front wing end plate.
Oh, and JT's hit the back of Felron as well now. Oh,
Oh, there's
God.
contact.
Don't think he damaged his front wing. It was just the
I
slightest.
think he's gone away with it, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Tavenant's retired.
Tavenant's out.
He's out. Oh, it's with that really fast chicane.
Oh, there it is.
3.
He's right there.
Ooh.
Just in
That
front
could be a
of
safety.
the safety car.
That could be a safety car.
as well. The first safety car of the night here on lap
Oh,
number
is it?
7.
Oh, with you on my screen, it just says yellow flag, but then it says safety car on the track. Right. Cool.
Alright then, so this could throw a strategy up into the mix. So this could be what Ice, Felron, JT, all these guys on soft tyres could be what they're looking for.
It has done Lone Retreat a favour though, by bringing him out. I think he had to pit anyway, but it'll let him catch back up to the pack again at least.
Cheese came in for another set of mediums.
The set mediums. Yeah. Right.
In comes Falcon. He's on to set of mediums as well.
I'm gonna keep an eye on Elusive. I reckon he'll pit. He'll be pitting for a set of mediums. I reckon now.
Yep.
I think that's what all of the soft runners will do. I mean, Iwardi's on a set of mediums. He will probably stay out, I imagine. Let's see.
I reckon this will put Paris in a decent position here because he's on a set of hard tyres. And he hasn't been pushing him too much.
No, so the hard tyres, I imagine his trick is to stay on the hards as long as possible and go for softs right at the end of the race. But it's a risky strat, but I mean, he's starting from the back, so nothing to lose really.
Suppose not, yeah. In comes Elusive Ice. So what are we thinking? Is that mediums?
Yeah, I'd say yeah, he goes straight to mediums.
And come all the leaders.
I wouldn't say anyone would choose hards, really, unless you were going to start on them.
Yep, everyone
Yes,
wants mediums.
Want to set
Alex
mediums.
making his way into the pits. Steph in the pits. Set mediums for Alex. Wardy stays out. Wardy and Paris are both choosing to stay out because they're on both sides.
I thought they would do both on the hards and mediums. So Elusive got out in front of Wardy, so that's big for Elusive actually, because now he'll have
Fresh
Wardy,
tyres.
Paris, and Theron in between him and JT as well. So that's really bad. Really bad for JT's chances here for the win.
Definitely.
And obviously, and Theron as well.
Felron is just back in front. So Elusive Ice now leads them from Wardy in second, Paris now in third, Theron fourth, JT fifth, Alex in sixth, Lone Retreat seventh, Steph eighth, Cheese ninth, and Corkin in 10th. And I know we got wild to the restart, but just quick speculation here: could we potentially see a finish like we did in Australia last week? I know we've still got a long way to go in this one, but could we see anything going on like that? Any chaos?
Do you mean like last lap drama, or do you mean very little people?
Hopefully,
2010 drivers anyway.
Hopefully more last lap drama than very little people.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like some last lap drama, but as long as they try and keep it clean. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest, but it was still fair and very exciting, as we both know. It was very exciting at the end of that race. So, if the cars behind can keep up with Elusive and keep it going to the end, then sure. But you never know; he might run away with it. But again, safety cars can come out again and ruin that gap. So, yeah, again, we can't rule it out till the final lap.
So let's wait and see for that one. The last couple of cars are still joining up. To be precise, Cheese and Corkin. So it looks like we're going around for one more lap and we'll get going again.
Yeah, it should be only one more lap now.
Yeah, down to 10 runners. So everyone today will be scoring points.
Yeah, that's true. As long as they can do 90% of the race without hitting a wall and losing a wheel, then they'll be fine. But we'll see.
Yep. Everyone who finishes the race, like I said, yep, will score.
Yeah, it's a low turnout today. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but hey ho, we move and we have what we got.
Yep. Hopefully the ones we think more of the ones we have will give us a race.
Yes. I mean, it should do. I mean, we've already seen now that Trio was racing together. I'm sure with Paris and Wardy being in front of Theron and JT, they'll be eager to get in front. So I can see there's some feisty battles going on. I know in the past, Paris and Wardy, they're not afraid to get their elbows out. So I'll keep an eye on all of
Wardy
them.
we saw get his elbows out last week because he gets a penalty.
Oh, he's got a penalty. He hit the back of Elusive from the looks of things.
Well, that's not good. And that could ruin Wardy's race, essentially. Considering
It depends what happened. It could appeal it. It could have been like one of those slightest contacts ever that doesn't really deserve anything, but still, he should leave the gap. But alas, he's got 5 seconds for now, and if he pits, he will serve that as well. I think he will.
I think you'd need another safety car potentially to get him back in the mix after serving.
Yeah, yeah. But as is a street circuit, I wouldn't rule out another safety car.
Yep, anything can still happen. It's not over yet.
I mean, it's not like even if you look at the real life one where there's 4 red flags in one race or something like that, that was mad.
Yeah, there's quite a few red flags in Saudi Arabia in real life. Of course, we're going back there in the second round of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it only the second round? Oh god.
Yep, they made the change. Initially it was the penultimate race, now it's the second race.
Alright. What, so Bahrain and Saudi Arabia? Oh, that makes sense, I guess same.
Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Australia, Imola.
Same area of the world, I guess, with Bahrain and Saudi Arabia.
Indeed, and there we go, safety car in this lap.
See what he does. I reckon he'll probably back them all up until the final corner and then bolt off at the last second, or he'll go early, we'll see.
It does look like he's trying to back him up down the straight.
Yeah, I wouldn't go this early because
Definitely.
you then got to make sure your brakes aren't too cold for the last corner, so I'd probably just wait till the last corner and bolt off.
Sounds good.
Some people take it right to the line, it's very tactical.
We'll just have to see what Ice does. He's to make his way for the last corner.
He's still going.
Holding on to gear 1.
And he's straightened up, Waiting. He's probably going to change to third. There he goes. Here he goes.
There he goes. He's caught Wardy napping at the perfect time, and Paris could go on the attack into turn 1.
Oh, we've got Theron and JT battling as well.
JT looks outside into the first corner. No contact. They go side by side.
Ooh, bit of contact. Still
Nice,
fine.
Careful. Wardy holding on to second place. Ice already getting away with it.
Theron and JT need to capitalise as soon as possible.
Yeah, they got what
Get in front, but
these two.
it's not going to be easy.
These two very skilled drivers in front of them. Yes, they're on slightly more worn tyres, but don't underestimate them.
And then also they won't have DRS for the next 2 laps either, so that's not going to help at all.
Yep. Of course, everyone's got a full tank of ERS right now, so that should be all good on that front. So everyone.
Yeah, so obviously Elusive has taken the jump and gone early with the ERS, got a 1.5 second gap straight away, so he's got a perfect restart.
Yep, couldn't ask for anything more. He's pulled out a gap almost 2 seconds here.
Yeah, so we haven't even finished the next lap yet. He's driving brilliantly at the moment.
Done an incredible job. Should things all stay in this line like this, we may see a very good DRS train.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
there goes Alex. Alex hits the wall.
Has he got damage?
I'm not entirely sure. I think he may have got away with it. I'm not even. The angle
I think he's alright.
The angle which he hit the wall was quite aggressive. Yep, no end plate losses, should be all good.
Right, Theron and Paris, very, very close.
There was Cheese now passing Alex. Alex making straight to the pits anyway.
Theron's battling Paris in the first corner here. Ooh, that was close.
That was tight.
Oh my god, that was close.
Oh, and there goes JT running outside. Oh, there's contact.
Oh, he's getting squeezed.
JT's been
One
squeezed
lone
out
retreat.
there.
Oh,
and there's more contact. And Paris almost hit Cheese there. Cheese has to drop back.
That was a bit of a messy first few corners there from
Yep.
all of those 4.
Not the kind of clean racing we normally see. I think JT was a bit too opportunistic going for that one and didn't quite pay off.
She's making a move on Steph back in 8th place.
Here he comes, we're going to take a run the outside. Steph holding on to it. Doing a great job.
Oh, Paris is spinning round in front.
Around goes Paris.
Ooh, that's close.
No damage done to the Williams driver, he carries on.
No, his hard tyres aren't doing him any good. I think they're not it, Chief.
Nice. Steph back up into 6th place now. Of course, Steph did very well last week in Australia.
Yeah, we got was it second place in the end?
Second place in the end, and at the expense of the driver behind him smoking cheese. And I doubt he'll be too happy. He's going to want revenge here. He's looking
Actually, speaking of which, he's right behind.
He's looking
Oh,
outside.
he's with Steph now, isn't he?
looking outside. He may have a good chance going into this last corner.
I'd do a cutback if I was him. A wide line, do a cutback, yeah, like that.
Wide.
Yeah, good.
His ice as fast as
He's gonna get a good exit though. Here he goes.
Opens up the ERS.
Much better exit.
ERS now enabled. Breezes past Steph with ease here. But will Steph try and move back to the inside? Nope. Brakes incredibly early for turn 1. And that's going to allow Corkin to gain a little bit of time.
We've got Theron close behind low retreat. And with Iwardi's really holding everyone up because Elusive's nearly got a 5-second gap. Oh!
Oh, and there goes Theron! Oh, so there was like a low retreat!
Oh, that was a big crash. That must be a safety car.
That was a big shot safety car.
No safety car. That was a massive accident there.
Ah, what on earth happened?
I think he might have just it was coming around one of the fast corners. I think it might have been T5, and I think he just hit a curb and lost it. The back end just spit out on him. I don't think he could have done anything really. That was ooh.
Well, that's very unfortunate for him. That brings us down to 9 runners now.
Oh dear, we're nearly halfway through. We've lost. Well, I mean, we lost 3. I mean, I didn't really count, but we've lost 2. I mean, we've still got 9 runners left, so we just need to try and keep it cool.
Quoting Murray Walker from Monaco 1996, I start to worry about how many cars we're going to have left to talk about by the end of this race.
Well, I mean, if it's anything like Australia, then I'm sure it'll be exciting by the end. I'm sure that Wardy will probably pit now, I'd imagine. If he doesn't, I'll be surprised.
Serve that penalty, another set of medium tyres on.
I mean, if he puts another set on, then he'll have to pit again.
That is true.
So his only option is either to go for a set of hards or go soft. That's what I'd say.
I feel like his strategy going on to soft may come down to there's another safety car. He gets another 5-second penalty.
Oh
in the pits.
no!
So that's 10 seconds of penalties now.
Oh no! And he'll serve one of the 5 seconds in the pits now. He's going on a set of softs.
Oh.
Yeah, he's serving it now.
Maybe banking on.
I guess it's better to do it under safety car. Oh, JT's changing his front wing as well, so that's not going well for him either. One of our title contenders.
Alright, and then Corkin's also onto sets off tyres as well, he's away.
And the good thing as well, Cheese has made another stop on the mediums beforehand, so he's actually in a reasonable position now. He could go to the end on these mediums.
Paris onto softs. And any of these guys in the top 3 could definitely go to the end, I reckon.
No. Depends when. I'm not sure when Theron pitted. Was that under the first safety car? Yeah, he could probably pit. No, sorry, he'd probably get to the end, especially with being on the safety car a couple of laps. So, and the same with Elusive Ice as well. So, keep an eye on all of them. If there's any more safety cars, they will probably pit again, I'd imagine.
Yep. Alright, so the top 2 currently sitting there behind the safety car. Just waiting to get some back underway. Give him another safety car for Wardy, and I reckon he's in a pretty good position despite having that penalty. I definitely don't think this race is over.
Well, I mean, again, if another safety car comes in, he'll be able to serve another penalty and then go on to another set of tyres. But so he's not ruled out of the race at all. It's just a bit of luck of the draw and see if he can keep it clean and try and get in front of Cheese maybe at the start. Because obviously he's the first runner on the set of soft, so he's ideally on the fastest tyre. And he will have I would say quite irate JT behind him. He wants to eagerly get up the grid again. So
yeah, I'll definitely still give him a shot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Alright, so we're just waiting now for the last driver to come through. We'll go one more lap, and then we'll get going again. On to lap number 14 of this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It doesn't feel like we've been racing for too long. We've only got 11 laps to go.
I mean, it doesn't feel like there's not as much has happened. I mean, it seems to be there's a lot of good overtakes with DRS, but obviously there's not many lunges and exciting dives up the inside. But yeah, it's gone really quickly. It feels like it.
It may feel like it's gone quickly due to the fact that when you think about the actual Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, it took an awfully long time.
Yeah, I did feel like it when I was watching it live. I was like, oh, another red flag, and we have to wait
still
so long.
Going.
But, yeah, I mean, imagine if we had red flags in this, you'd be commentating for hours and hours.
Imagine if Michael Massey ran the TRL.
Oh, let's not get into Michael Massey.
I mean, if they second from F1, I'll do my best to try and bring him in.
Oh dear.
He might be able to do a bit better
I
run
like
of virtual
to
league
think
than a
the
real
our
one.
stewards are a bit better than the FIA have been last year. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So look at the penalties right now. So only Alex and Wardy have them. 3 seconds for Alex, 5 seconds for Wardy.
Yeah, I mean it's reasonably easy to get penalties around here. If you a couple of fast chicanes, if you just run a little bit wide, you can quite easily extend. But at the same time, you can keep it clean if you like take it back a step and just try and keep it on track. It's quite fine to not get many penalties. So that's why it shows so far. Not many people have got penalties.
All right. Safety car in this lap. Here we go.
Right.
For the second
See
time.
what I can do.
What, do you reckon we'll go for the same as last time, or do you reckon Thelron will see that coming?
You probably want to go a different strategy this time, but you may go again as it worked last time. Might just do the same thing.
He's got different drivers behind him now, or directly behind him in the way of Thelron as opposed to Wardy last time in 4th.
Yeah.
Here they come to the last corner. Ice taking a wide entrance and diving back on.
He will go now. He goes now.
Here he goes. He's lost a little bit on the start, so he hasn't got away as much as he would have liked. Thelron opens up.
Cheese is very close.
Well, Thelron will try it from a long way back. I doubt he will, but he's got Cheese for company. Looking for second, who breaks really early into one. Everyone nice and clean, all 9 of our remaining drivers. Great job early on.
Oh, Wardy's going for an overtaking. Oh, this could be fun. Oh, he's got around him.
Oh, there goes Thelron off the track a bit.
Wardy's had a good start here on the fresh softs. He'd
have to slow up there in order to accommodate not hitting the back of Thelron's car. But he could get him here on those fresh soft tyres, which are definitely doing their job. He looks to the outside, a bit of contact, a bit of wheel rubbing.
He's holding around the outside.
Oh, getting rather close there. Thelron definitely not shutting the door. What he did was fair. There was no squeezing into the wall. It was Paris battles Steph. Behind the contact, and Steph's in the wall. I believe Steph has damage.
Yeah, as that happened, Wardy got in front of Thelron there. But Thelron might come back at him in the back straight.
It's going to be tight. Will he open up the ERS? He's got more than Wardy does. But Wardy does an awful lot. Yep, Thelron's looking. Nope, not going to go for it.
Smart car play for Wardy, actually.
The 2 title runners in tonight's race. As Ice gets a penalty.
Yeah, 3-second time penalty.
And he says fastest lap, but that'll bring him right back down to size, despite having a 2.5 second advantage on track. As Thelron holds on to 3rd place.
There was really holding up behind with Paris, JT, and Cheese and Thelron.
Oh, Cheese was looking for a second to try and pass Thelron. Wardy's getting away. He's beginning to try and chip away at others' advantage, will you?
Yeah, it'll be a question of how long he can keep doing that with those softs, because they will go off quite quickly, I'd imagine, compared to the softs, the mediums.
But the gap here, right now, Ice would still win the race even with these penalties, because Wardy has 5 seconds, as opposed to Ice's 3, as Paris looks around trying to take 3rd. She's looking on the exit, as soon as we get tight. Well, Paris is looking, no, he's not going for it. Oh, and he's lost it a bit. Oh, no, that's just mine. That's just my screen lagging a bit.
Oh, I'm lagging all over the place, actually.
Paris starts from.
Is he lagging, or is it us lagging?
I'm not entirely sure, but he's lost control. He almost lost control a bit there. On his contact, he's tapped in there. Okay, I think it may have sorted himself out. I think it might be Paris lagging and showing up on the live play.
You say that as well. FG Alex on a fresh set of softs is really he's gotten past JT. He's now caught up to his pack as well. I think JT's on an older set of mediums, so I think he's just trying to take it easy. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, he's going into the pits, so he must have wing damage.
Paris battling Thelron here in the race for 3rd. Into turn 1. We squeezed a little bit. Thelron pushing up the track here. Paris threw the hand up in frustration. These guys going side by side. This could go bad. And it has gone bad. And there goes Thoron across the track. And he's hit Cheese.
Oh dear.
Cheese gets away. VSC.
Yeah, I think Theron's lost his front wing completely. Now I'm very surprised no one got retired from the race there. I think Cheese got hit into as well. I don't see any damage on him.
Paris looks okay. No damage on that front.
Alex is the same as well. Well, that was a bit of drama coming through the first sector. I think the drivers are getting a little bit impatient trying to get through in places they really shouldn't be trying to overtake.
Yeah, I noticed Sector 1 is where a lot of the incidents are taking place.
Yeah, so a lot of people are gaining time, like they're with the DRS into turn 1 and then they go on a run into Sector 1. It's just a recipe for disaster.
JT and Steph came into the pits under everyone's noses. They're now on fresh sets of soft tyres.
Yeah, you can run the set of softs up until the end now, so that's perfectly fine to go for.
Yep. Right, I reckon we'll probably get started once again in just a moment. Since Leah's cut up to the line. Look at the gap here between Ice and Wardy.
3 second gap now. 3.3. Well, the virtual safety car is. I wouldn't rely on the the gaps during the VSC. Cheese is coming to the pits as well.
DRS enabled, green flag back out. Paris in as well. See, he may have picked up damage in the end.
Oh yeah, Cheese has got a front wing damage actually.
Let's see what Paris is doing. Paris still having a front wing change.
It's just something we couldn't see visually, but they both had damage, which is really unfortunate. It's put them down out of the race. But FG Alex is really capitalising on this, is taking 3rd place after having 3 pit stops under his wing.
No, but yeah, Corgan's right with him. The gap is 2 seconds, but in the way of
and he's got a
3
3-second penalty as well.
I saw a really good restart. The gap now 4.2 seconds.
Yeah, so at the moment he's very comfortably ahead of everyone here, and then we've got quite a gap between everyone really, apart from Paris and Smoke and Cheese battling now, so that's probably one to look out for.
Is there a chance in the late stages that those tyres start dropping off?
Well, the older soft tyres and the Iwardi and Alex.
Older mediums. He's the only driver with
mediums.
tyres.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean his pace will drop off, but then again all the soft tyre runners, their pace will drop off as well. At the moment he's just got the biggest advantage out of everyone.
Yep.
I'd say.
Cheese has got still got Paris company behind him. One thing I will say is that Pope is definitely getting, if you will here, he's getting a bit lucky with what's going on with the 2 title runners in tonight's race.
Yeah, I mean, Cheese is still in a good position, and he will gain points on Pope. But then JT is not capitalising on the lack of drivers to get up into the points. It's not been the best race for him, but I think he's had a really bad mix of bad luck, and he did say in qualifying he only got 1 run in. So overall, not the best race weeks for JT.
Wardy in the pits. JT says that's the fastest lap. Wardy's had that front wing change. He's served his penalty. He's now coming back out onto the racetrack. And the charge.
Yeah, he had to come in anyway. Ooh, he nearly spun it out of the pit lane there.
And he's got Steph for company right there behind him. Alex runs in 2nd place. Now he is. If we look at if I rank the Drivers' Championship once again, he is still a decent way back. He runs 9th in the championship, but this 18 points could bring him closer to, or could bring him a place sort of maybe 2 in the championship, depending on where Wardy finishes.
So if he comes in 2nd place, he'll be 48 points. So he'll move up to at least 8th place. The TTM Wardy's not racing. It depends on what Wardy places as well. Obviously Steph's he's got to get a couple of points at least anyway, so yeah, I mean it will bring him back into the fight with Theron, Steph in the 40 odd range of points, so it'll bring him back in because he did miss a few races, so it'll be good for Alex to get a good result. And with Corgan, he hasn't actually had a points finish this season yet, so he can keep it on track, he'll be a first points finish and maybe on the podium.
Yep.
Well, actually, it's very likely to be on the podium. If he loses 16 seconds to Cheese behind in 5 laps, I'll be very surprised.
Contact between Cheese and Paris there, but I don't think it was too much. Paris staying out. He's going to the outside of Cheese in the first corner. Got 6 laps to go in this Grand Prix now. She's definitely not squeezing Paris towards the wall into the first corner. They're side by side, dead even. She's going to try to switch back here on the exit. Paris gets through, and Cheese might try and come back at him. He has to be careful here, because if he goes, he breaks early.
No, he smartly backed out of that one. I wouldn't have gone for it into the inside there at all.
Because he was there with what happened earlier in the race, so I'm surprised if he was thinking of what happened then.
Yeah, 100% he'd be thinking of what happened with Theron and Paris earlier.
Definitely. The gap between Ice and Alex is in second now, 9.2 seconds.
Yeah, so Elusive is comfortably ahead at this point. He's doing a pope at this point where he's comfortably leading ahead of everyone after safety cars. But he's done well. He's led from the start, and that's the thing, especially around here. If you can get away from the get-go, if you stay out of trouble, then well, there you go. The results come to you.
Yep. 5 laps away from victory for Mercedes. Of course, Mercedes haven't had the best of seasons. They run 7th place in the Constructors' Championship.
No, they haven't had the best run. I mean, they've got TTMY Audis. I think a lot of the drivers, they haven't been here for the whole season. So that's a big reason why they haven't had the best of seasons. But we know we got the two contenders massively for the constructors, is McLaren and Aston Martin. At the moment, McLaren have got the upper hand in this race at least, but overall it's still Aston Martin.
I mean, Williams has got a decent number of points, should things stay the same.
That's very true. I mean, it'd be 3rd and at least 5th for the moment, but it depends what JT can do. And Wardy, Wardy's a bit further back behind, but see what JT can do close behind Smoking Cheese and Paris.
So here we go then. Like I say, a 4th place finish for Cheese will be enough for him to take the lead of the Drivers' Championship, because JT is behind him. So when you look at it,
oh well, yeah, you are correct. Yeah, it'll be 12 points. He'll be on 101. So yeah, you're not wrong.
So 1 point in front. He really went for it though. He almost sent it. Well, didn't
I mean,
send it, but
the smart thing to do at the moment is he knows that Paris has got that 3-second penalty, so don't go for anything too mad. But again, he's got to worry about JT behind him
but JT was
as well.
penalty, so
yeah, so it's one of those things where he's got to be quite clean because everyone around him's got penalties. So if he can stay where he is net P4 for the moment.
This position simply just maintain your place and bring it home.
Yeah, it's a decent set of points to get, so I wouldn't complain about it. Obviously, I'm sure he wants to be up in the top place, but you just got to take all the points you can get. All the points count, as he knows last season, where it came down to literally 0 points.
He's going for it.
I say that he's gone for it anyway.
He's taken P4, and there's a bit of contact between JT and Paris. The DRS now open. Here we go. This could get interesting. Does JT go for it? He's going to look to the inside, 3 wide. Could this work? This can't work. Surely not. Into the first corner, and it does. It does kind of.
Okay, no one spun round, so we're all right.
A mad amount of contact. No one spun round. Everyone maintains position.
Jesus, a bit
JT
from that. Notoriously, the wheel runners are going to be very, very quick in Sector 1, so I'd imagine JT's going to be quicker than Cheese in this sector, as you can see.
He's going to open the DRS now. He's right there, but Cheese has DRS as well. He's going to the inside. Very close. There's a bit of contact. Cheese goes way wide there.
I mean, to be fair, Cheese can just, as much as I'm sure he doesn't really want to, I mean, he's going to go for it anyway. But he could concede the position and keep the places after the penalties. So,
what he's got to do is
I was going to say before the battle went forward, these drivers don't really think about it too much. I think they want to just go for it and race to the end.
Yeah, in reality, maintaining position is boring.
It is a little bit. It's a little bit. We want to see the action to the end, so why not just go for it?
Well, here
I think
comes
Paris
JT.
had a bad run actually. JT's really
here comes JT, and without the DRS, he's breezing past. This means that Paris will have DRS down the main straight. She's is still there, potential dark horse. He has pretty much no ERS left. Here comes Paris around the outside. Cheese is closing in. JT falls back into line. 3 more laps to go in this thing. It's still Ice heading home for what should be a commanding first victory of the season. If I'm not mistaken, I believe is Elusive Ice a reserve?
Yeah, he's a reserve driver, so he's been in and out of the races. I think he did race in the first round of the season. Not sure what other ones he's done.
Says here, says here on the reserve placements he was meant to drive for Alfa Romeo.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Never mind. It doesn't really matter that much. It's one of those things. Normally we give them the places when there's loads of people, but there's loads of gaps anyway. It just doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what car he's in. He's still in the lead, and he's just got 2 more laps to hold on now.
Now, I'm sure the car he's in didn't make a difference if he was in an Alfa Romeo or a Mercedes. He's clearly got the pace to win the race anyway.
Yep. Alright, here comes JT again. Cheese could close in a lot more should these two come together. A decent exit through his last corner could be.
I'm sure Paris will bow back into turn 1 here.
Cheese has got to kind of run to the last corner the doctor wanted. Here comes Paris to the outside. 2 more laps of this incredible battle. Here goes Cheese in turn 1. Cheese is looking for it. No contact between the 2 of them.
To clean, that's very good. Very good between the 3 of them.
Great racing this is. And now Cheese is looking outside. And now he's looking inside.
He's keeping the pressure on JT and making sure he knows he's there. So obviously he needs to get in front of him to get those. Actually, he doesn't need to get in front of him, but he still wants to get. Oh, he's out!
What just happened? He's out!
Oh, he's crashed!
He's crashed! No, with 2 laps to go!
He's leading the race.
Retiring from the lead. He's proper sent it into the wall there. We get another look at his Corkin goes past potentially. Yellow flags are out, and that's gonna give that. And that is gonna give. That's the Alex the victory.
Wow.
What happened?
I'm sure Elusive was so disappointed with that. He was leading the entire way until the second to last lap.
I'm so sorry to you guys that we've missed that, but just didn't see it coming. But Ice is out of the race. It brings us down to just 8 runners now, and now Alex, who a lap ago had no idea what was going on in front of him, is now 1 lap away from taking the victory. You've got a feel for Elusive Ice as Alex starts his last lap.
Could be handing the victory to, it could be Corkin's first points of the season and 2nd place in the race. I'm sure he won't mind.
Short of a mistake here from Alex, then it looks like he's set to win it all in this last lap. And this battle still raging on between Paris, JT and Cheese as they now battle for the last spot on the rostrum as we enter the final lap of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Absolutely chaotic finish here.
No, it's a bit different to Australia, but still very dramatic to the end.
Controlled chaos, if you will.
Controlled chaos, and as I say, the race doesn't end until the last lap, and you cross the finish line. And Elusive, unfortunately, didn't get there.
It might not be over yet because Paris made a bit of a poor mistake there. And here comes JT closing in with a DRS. Paris has very little ERS here. He's just sitting duck on this last lap. JT has almost 75% of his ERS still left.
I know what's going to happen. Paris won't want to be in front by the time they get to the next DRS zone, so you might tactically try and let him through.
Because it all comes down to the way of penalties. Because of course Cheese will still finish in 3rd place, but if Cheese was to crash, then that leaves these 2 fighting for. They're essentially fighting for 4th. This race is in no way over. But meanwhile, Alex is making his way to the last corner now. I'm going to take a brief moment looking away from this battle. Here comes Alex now. Is Corkin dropping off? I'm not entirely sure. Here comes Alex now to the line to take the victory in the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. And quickly go into this battle as Corkin comes around to finish in second place.
He's overtaking Paris as well.
Definitely catching him. What's going on with Corkin? He's slowing up big time. But it looks like JT's going to get it. JT will finish in 3rd. Cheese in 4th. Paris in 5th. Paris sent it. Paris sends the car all over the line.
Dear.
Wardy will come in for 6th, beating Steph Elusive for 7th, and it looks like, oh, there goes Steph. And here comes Thelron as well. Oh, no, never mind. Wow. Well, that was an exciting finish for the record books. Alex is the winner. Corkin gets driver of the day. His first podium finish of the season and his first points of the season. They have to admit that luck played a huge part in that one. But still, regardless, we have a winner. And it is this man, FG Alex.
He did well. At one point, he was actually last in the race, and somehow he's managed to get P1. That was
incredible
mad.
Stuff. Last to first.
His first challenge. He's doing Yano up mid challenge, and he's pulled it off.
Okay, I'm gonna see if we can get a few questions from Alex. Alright, so have a look at your final results then. Alex is the winner. It's Corker in second place, Cheese in third, JT fourth, Paris in fifth place, Steph sixth, Thoron in seventh, Wardy 8th, is Elusive Ice in 9th, Lone Retreat 10th, Untitled in that in 11th, and you in 12th. Oh, I almost forgot you were in the race. D, mate, give me your thoughts. What do you think of that one?
That was good in the end. I mean, we had a lack of runners, which could have made it have a lot less drama. But there was plenty of drama there, and it was good racing. Very good, especially at the start. It was between Lone Retreat, Thoron, and JT. Then it switched later on to Cheese, Paris, and JT again. So it's really good. It's obviously unfortunate Elusive retired, but he doesn't mind too much. He's a reserve driver, but he showed his pace. But
yeah,
he was going for fastest lap apparently, and then binned it in sector 2.
Yeah, he had a great race. He's my driver today. Alex, hello, mate.
Am I loud? Am I not?
Yep, you're all good. We can hear you just fine.
Lovely.
Well, first of all, congratulations. I mean,
Thank you.
great race there. You gone from. We're pretty sure you were in last at one point. You managed to come back and win it.
Yeah, I was last.
Of course, there was a tad bit of luck involved there with what happened with Elusive Ice in the penultimate lap. What was your reaction there when you saw that he was out of the race?
I said something like a few laps before, and I was like, "Oh, I need him to crash," and luck was on my side. Wasn't at Portugal, unfortunately, but was today.
Yeah, I remember you came very close to victory in Portugal, but you just missed out second place that day. But yes, that's your first win of the season. Really good stuff there. I believe that brings you. I'm not entirely sure. I'll bring a couple of places in the championship. That will bring you to, I think, 7th, or maybe even as high as 5th, depending on how good my math skills are.
Yeah, that's decent.
Yeah, a couple more points, and that'll definitely help McLaren's charge in the Constructors' Championship. Do you guys think you can go and win it?
Pope will be happy. Pardon?
Do you guys think you can go and win it, you and Pope?
As long as Pope continues racing, I definitely think we can do it.
All right. One last question before we allow you to leave. Is this the last time we'll be seeing an Alex victory, or do you reckon we'll be able to see a couple more in the last 2 races?
Oh, you'll see many more. I'm sure you will.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations. You can go celebrate now. I'm sure you've got a bottle somewhere. You can go and have a good time with that.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and we'll see you in a bit then, mate.
See you in a bit.
Well done. All right, so that was the race then. Dean, of course, what do you reckon? Was the decision to retire due to lag on the start of the second lap worth it?
Yeah, I think I'd much rather just watch the race than be in it, to be honest. I'm so much out of practice. I probably would have been in the wall by a couple of laps in anyway, so that's fine. I don't mind being in the comms box, as long as I don't get fired.
Yeah, give this one a rating out of 10, mate. What do you reckon?
I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It has good points. There's obviously, but there could be better, but it's definitely a good one.
All right.
What about yourself?
I completely agree with you there. Yeah, out of 10.
Cool. Well, there you go.
All right then. All right, you guys. That is the end of the stream. The end of the Grand Prix for tonight. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and there'll be highlights out in a couple of days on the TakeOver Racing League channel. I'll leave a link to that in the description. And with that, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And from me and Dean up here in the booth, it's goodbye, and we'll see you next time. And we're out.